I hope this video motivates you. And I love when people try to make a point, but then they actually prove a great point. Let's get to it. I've done videos on this topic before, so I guess it's just kind of a repeat of what I've said, but hopefully I can offer you up some motivation, because here is somebody that is pretty much just, they're basically just bashing trading. They are a lot of negative assumptions, a lot of negative forces, we'll call it, being exerted upon this whole thing we call as trading and trying to make it as a trader. So this person has the sledgehammer of negativity and they're just bashing. But then they do something which is what I always argue about and what I argue for, which is actually and should be very motivational to you. So let's get to this comment. So Tim says, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. You'll sooner lose money than make money in any day trading. Do some reading. Over 90% of traders lose money. They almost never show you the ugly parts, which can be found in their day trading account statements. Now, Tim, I will agree, a lot of people on the internet, social media, blogs, yeah, they like to hide the ugly parts. I'm not gonna argue about that. That's why I always try to do my best to show losing trades that I've had, and I've blogged about articles where I've ruined my month before. I blogged one where I took like a $1,500 hit because I broke some of my long-term investing rules. So I definitely show the ugly, and I do my best at that. So I do agree though that a lot of people don't. But do you realize what you said? 90% of people lose money. Again, I'm not refuting that. I brought up that statistic many times over and over again. But what is that saying about the 10%? That would say that 10% of people don't lose money. That 10% of people make money. That 10% of people are consistent. And that tells me that this whole trading thing is possible. So sure, you make it sound like it's totally impossible, but if it was impossible, then you would be saying 100% of traders lose money. But that's not what you said. And you didn't say that because you're actually being honest. You're looking at things objectively, but you're skewed. So I get it. The vast majority of people do lose money. And that's like the whole point of the ClayTrader Mail segment. If you've gone through videos and videos and videos, it makes sense why 90% of people lose money. I mean, I've had, I don't know how many videos of these I've done now, but there's a whole lot of data points and case studies of people who are like, yep, that makes sense why failure rates are so high, why so many people lose money. But that doesn't mean that it's impossible. Now, if this was professional roulette players, then yeah, that would be 100%, because roulette, there is nothing you can do. You just pray and hope. A lot of gambling. There's no such thing as a professional slot machine player, right? Because that's totally random. You cannot do anything. If Tim was telling me about slot machines, that number would not be 90%. It would be over time, 100% of people are going to lose money. At best, break even. Because it's just math. Casinos know math. Casinos know what they're doing to set things up. Can you win? Yeah, absolutely. But to make a career out of it, I do not know of any. What do you do for a living? I play slot machines. What do you do for a living? Oh, I hang out the roulette wheel. I've never heard that. Now, what do you do for a living? Oh, I play poker. I have heard that because, again, poker, you can do certain things where it becomes a probability game. So that's why I would argue that poker, that somebody actually knows what they're doing, can give themselves statistical advantages. And the proof of that is always, you look at poker tournaments, and maybe not the same person is always winning, but you have certain names that are always going pretty far into tournaments. And if poker was just pure randomness, then those people wouldn't be able to make names for themselves because, they would not be able to do what they do. So don't let someone discourage you when they say, trading, blah, 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 and all the blah, blahs are negative. So are you saying that no, I mean, it's the majority of people. It's like 90%. Heck, let's say 95% of people fail. Wait, that implies that 5% of people succeed, and embrace that. Now, is it easy to become part of the 5%, become part of the 10%? No, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's easy. I'm not going to say that I sell some sort of great system that's going to make you guaranteed in the 10%. But I am confident that if you're willing to approach things the right way, if you're willing to apply yourself, then yeah, it certainly is possible. And I'm surrounded by people that pull money from the markets. Now, are the people in my community driving around in Lamborghinis and have 8,000 square foot mansions in Maui? No. But are people contributing, supplementing their income, creating new sources of revenue? Yeah, absolutely. So it all depends on exactly kind of how you define successful too. But yeah, I will agree. 90% of people do fail. But remember, Tim, that implies that 10% of people can make it work. So use that as motivation. Trading is not just random gambling. It can be treated like a casino, but if you treat it the right way, if you go about things the proper way, then yeah, there is a literal chance at success. If you are out there trading alone currently and maybe are in the market looking for a community to join to assist you in your trading or to just help you, give you another set of eyeballs, then I do have a private trading community where you can trade alongside me and other experienced traders. So what you see popping up on the screen right now is both an information link. So if you click on the inner circle one, that is going to take you to the page where I explain all the details of what exactly come with the community, both the chat room and the newsletter. And then the other image that has popped up is a behind the scenes tour where you can see exactly what is going to be contained within the community. I take you through, like I said, a behind the scenes tour of everything, and that way you'll know precisely what you are getting when you join. So definitely check that stuff out if you are interested and thinking about wanting to join a community, and let me know if you have any questions.